Right now at 10 with noisy F-35 jets at Truax Field. Military leaders are sharing more information amid complaints about the fighter jets.
Plus, there's a new candidate running for Dane County Executive. We'll introduce you to him and his background as a public servant.
And later, News 3 Now takes a closer look into the chase policies from law enforcement agencies in our area and the decision on when and when not to pursue. That's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. The F-35 jets at Truax Field in Madison are certainly a talker. If you live nearby, though, you know when they're out.
The F-35 Squadron and Air Force are holding a series of listening sessions for the first time since they landed in Madison almost a year ago to address community concerns. Arman Rahman was there at tonight's first meeting.
After almost a year making Truax Field their home, the F-35 Jet Squadron wants to hear from nearby residents how they can make things better going forward.
The reality is it's here now, right?
That idea stung to many of those attending the listening session.
We weren't listened to then. No one's here to listen.
The sessions are part of something called the Madison F-35 Community Connection, an initiative from the Wisconsin Department of Military Affairs funded by a $798,000 grant from the Department of Defense.
This is an opportunity now to go, okay, how do we form a stronger relationship? And let's find out. These are listening sessions. We want to find out really what's on the community's mind.
Among the top concerns since the Air Force selected Truax Field for the F-35s in 2020 has been noise pollution and environmental pollution from PFAS. Organizers say noise has already started being addressed.
There are already a range of things in place, such as flight path, takeoff profiles, the time of flights.
Many residents described not being able to hear someone in front of them outside. Others say the shock waves from the jets make their bodies shake, and it's scary for those who served or worked overseas, and also children in schools. They feel they've given enough.
I really need to hear what are the Air Force is willing to do. Can we change the flight pattern? Can we adjust it? You have a simulator that has to be part of the training. Extend the time so you have less impact on the environment.
Organizers didn't answer questions, but took all of the concerns, promising to engage the community more to come up with solutions. I asked residents afterwards if they felt listened to.
Not at all.
The solution is leave.
In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
There are 2 more opportunities to attend a community session. They are set for tomorrow morning and Saturday. Both run from 9 a.m. through 10:30. They will be hosted at Madison College's Truax campus in room D1630. Well, brand new tonight, consultants hired by the Wisconsin Supreme Court to analyze newly proposed legislative maps say 2 submitted by Republicans and a conservative law firm are partisan gerrymanders. However, they stopped short of calling the other 4 maps submitted by Democrats and academics as constitutional. Under most of the newly proposed maps, Republicans would retain their majorities, but under tightened margins. It'll ultimately be up to the Wisconsin Supreme Court to choose which maps to enact, but Republicans have said they'd likely appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. In a statement tonight, Governor Evers says in part, while this is just one step in this process, today is an important day for the people of Wisconsin who deserve maps that are fair, responsive, and reflect the will of the people. Also new at 10, longtime public servant Wes Sparkman says he's running for Dane County Executive.
He becomes the 3rd candidate in the race to replace retiring county exec Joe Parisi. His candidacy announced tonight inside the lobby of the city-county building downtown. Sparkman is the director of the Tamara Grigsby Office for Equity and Inclusion. He says his focus on leading Dane County would be implementing evidence-based initiatives to tackle a number of issues, including poverty, child and health care, and equitable housing.
To address these challenges, I will build a strong team like the group that's standing here with me today. And I declare, once elected as Dane County Executive, I will be the most dedicated executive this county has ever seen.
A grad of UW-Madison, he formerly served on the city's Police and Fire Commission for 10 years. 2 other candidates, Senate Democratic leader Melissa Agard and Madison Alder Regina Vitiver, are in the running for county executive. Joe Parisi gave his endorsement to Agard last week. Big trade tonight by the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee is sending former Cy Young Award winner Corbin Burns to the Baltimore Orioles. Coming up a little bit later in sports, Zach Hanley will share the players and pieces coming back to Milwaukee in that trade. A new month, but the dry weather and mild temps continue. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the patio in his first warn forecast.
Nothing like leading into weather with baseball. The early part of February almost feels like baseball weather. It's been so mild, and the temperatures will get even warmer as we head into next week. Here's kind of an interesting day we had. Time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. You can see clear skies this morning, then some clouds, a little bit of fog. We're kind of right on the edge of it here on the western side of Madison. We had mostly sunny skies through the afternoon. Now, take a look at the time lapse just a little to the east. This is from the Edgewater Skycam. Clear skies in the morning, and then boom, we saw some fog that lasted for about 10 minutes, another little burst, visibility down to about 0 for about 10 minutes, and then it cleared out in the afternoon. We're back to sunny skies. That's the extreme measure of variable cloudiness. You have some clouds, you have some sunshine, and it alternates through that. But right now, visibilities are pretty good. 9-mile visibility in Madison, very little fog out there. High temperatures today, mid-40s in Madison, but out to the west, 50s across Grant County, 54 for the high in Boscobel, 50 in Lone Rock, and right now temperatures right around freezing. A few places a little bit below that. Here in Madison, we're right at the 32-degree mark, but it's 31 in Middleton, 32 in Verona, and 32 in Belleville. Look for skies to be variably cloudy overnight. Look for a low of 29 degrees. Temperatures, though, will continue to climb as we head into next week. I'll take a look at how warm they may get in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Police say a bank on Madison's southwest side was robbed late this afternoon. It happened at the Old National Bank on Raymond Road, just west of where it intersects at Whitney Way. The authorities say a bank teller was given a note by a man demanding money. He then took off running. Police brought a canine unit out, but were unable to find the suspect.
Tonight, Madison police are investigating an egging at the UW Hillel Foundation on Tuesday night. Staff there reported the egging yesterday morning. Security cameras captured someone throwing eggs around 9 o'clock Tuesday night. The building was not damaged, but staff told police the cleanup will be costly. Anyone with information that could help police in their investigation is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers. That phone number 608-266-6014. A 50-year-old man was arrested this afternoon after police say he made threats at work upon learning he'd be laid off. All employees at Dean Health Plan's office on Madison's far west side were safely evacuated because of what was said. Officers found the man at his home where he admitted to being upset, making comments in response to being fired. He's facing charges of terrorist threats and disorderly conduct. We're not naming him as he hasn't been formally charged.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes says his department has a suspect in mind who his department believes is responsible for 2 carjackings this week. Officers continue to investigate an armed carjacking from Tuesday night on the city's east side, which came a day after Monona police say a person was pushed out of their vehicle by a passenger who then got in the driver's seat and drove away. Madison PD believes the carjackings are related. Chief Barnes did not provide a suspect description beyond using he when referring to the suspect's pronouns. Despite those recent carjackings, Madison City and police officials say Madison remains a very safe place to live.
Police Chief Sean Barnes spoke during today's annual State of Public Safety address, saying the city's and his department's approach to curbing crime is working.
The city of Madison remains one of the safest cities in America. We're growing fast, and we have to accept that with growth comes opportunity, because without growth, change is not possible.
After 10 reported murders in 2023, the police department says reducing that number is a goal for this year. Madison remains below the latest national average of 6 homicides per 100,000 people. It's been a month since a New Year's Day police chase in Monona ended in a crash that killed 3 people. Well, since then, the conversation around police chase policy in our communities has only grown.
And now one couple who knows the risks of a high-speed pursuit firsthand is finally ready to tell their story. And if you ask them, the pursuit isn't worth the price. Braden Ross shares their story.
Every time it happens, it's a reminder of that night.
All it takes is one headline, and Damasqueta feels like he's back behind the wheel, his wife Gina in the passenger seat.
We were about 2 blocks from home.
Not knowing July 8th, 2023 would become a night they would never forget.
That moment where that car was heading at us head on, that feel of, oh my gosh, like, brace yourself, we're about to get schmucked. It was just, chaos. I mean, she was screaming in pain. I saw lights, and so immediately I thought fire, and I started screaming at her to get out of the car. Turns out that those lights were the police chasing them.
The crash came after a 60-second chase. A Maple Bluff police officer had tried to stop the SUV that hit the Escuetas for speeding. You can see in this dash cam video, the officer reached speeds of almost 100 miles an hour trying to catch up to it. But by the time she did,
it was kind of blackened, just in and out until I actually got to the emergency room. I was healthy, nothing wrong, working, able to take care of my family. And woke up with an ostomy bag.
It's one of the worst case scenarios when it comes to pursuit outcomes, but it's common.
The data are pretty clear that about 35 to 40% of these pursuits result in a collision.
Jeff Alpert has been studying police pursuits across the country for 35 years, interviewing both officers and the suspects that run from them.
One of the things when I teach police to consider these pursuit issues, I always ask them, how would you feel if your 16-year-old daughter were injured in a pursuit that one of your fellow officers was chasing for a stolen car?
Both Monona and Maple Bluff's policies leave the decision of whether to start a chase up to each officer in each situation. That's compared to Madison Police's more restrictive policy that says officers can only start a pursuit if they believe the driver is involved in a violent felony.
I think it's a flex, you know, between departments like, well, you're not going to chase, you're not going to. We will. We'll get them.
In 2023, Madison Police engaged in 29 pursuits. In that same year, Monona Police and Maple Bluff Police nearly doubled that number each. In a statement to News 3 Now, Maple Bluff Police Chief Tanner Nystrom emphasized that the car that hit the Escuetas was already driving recklessly prior to the accident, adding, quote, "Our pursuit policy is designed to enhance public safety and minimize the inherent risks of apprehending offenders whose actions left unaddressed present an ongoing threat to the safety of our communities." But Alpert and the Escuetas say they'd like police to reconsider if that threat outweighs the one presented by a chase.
No one's saying you can't initiate a traffic stop, but once they flee, now you're responsible for them. They're looking in their rearview mirror for you, and once you terminate, it's very likely they're going to slow down.
I don't know this for sure, but it seems like it's almost a game, right? Like, let's see if we can get in a chase and if we can get away.
5 months later, Dom and Gina are still picturing themselves in the front seat of that car.
I wish I was back to just normal day to day. Just be able to get in a car, drive, not have to worry about how I'm going to feel, if the pain's going to get too much.
They hope their story will be a wake-up call for police to put a stop to those reminders.
I hate to say, like, just let a criminal go, but, you know, it's not really worth it.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Investigates.
And you can read the full investigation online right now at channel3000.com. Well, don't go anywhere. More stories are straight ahead.
The mother of a Michigan school shooter took the stand for her own trial today. She's accused of involuntary manslaughter by neglecting her son's health and making guns accessible to him. Hear part of her testimony next.
Hi, I'm Gary Canolti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Experience the Rhine River September 9th through the 20th. We'll cruise the scenic Rhine aboard a luxurious Amadeus cruise ship. Explore the splendors of Switzerland, Germany, France, and Amsterdam as we make our way down this spellbinding river. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Right now, get a free $15 gift card when you buy select Blue Buffalo dog food. Keep you and your pets safe when you're on the road with Blaine's Farm and Fleet vehicle batteries. And buy 4 tires from these top brands and get instant service credit savings equal to the price of 1 tire.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex. biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs and campgrounds under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
In Michigan, Jennifer Crumbley took the stand in her own defense as she faces 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
This from the Oxford High School shooting carried out by her teenage son back in 2021. She said she did not take part in buying or storing the weapon her son used to kill 4 students. Testifying in her own defense, Jennifer Crumbley said her husband was the one who bought the handgun 4 days before and was responsible for safely storing it.
Was he allowed to take it out?
Not without my husband around.
Did he know where it was kept?
My husband hid it usually in our bedroom in different spots.
The Crumbleys are the first parents in the U.S. to be charged in a mass school shooting committed by their child. The shooter's father, James Crumbley, faces trial in March. At the state capitol today, lawmakers debated a tax cut that could have major impacts on Wisconsin parents. It would put money back in the pockets of Wisconsin parents, retirees, and those making between $28,000 and $112,000 a year. It could be changed to get Democrats on board with parts of it, like child care, which has been an important issue that Democrats have been working on now for a year or so. That might indicate whether we'll see Governor Evers on board as well. Those changes could come in the coming days and weeks.
Researchers at the UW School of Medicine and Public Health found that air samples placed inside schools detected flu and COVID-19 virus levels just as well as other surveillance methods. A study took place at the Oregon School District where 7 schools were equipped with air monitors to trap virus particles. The results from the monitors were compared with 3 other methods: rapid antigen testing, students' absence rates due to illness, and a home-based specimen collection. All 4 showed similar respiratory disease patterns, but air sampling has more advantages because it's non-invasive and anonymous.
We're not looking at who this is coming from, simply that there was somebody who passed within range of this air sampling device during a period of time. And so with that, it allows us to be aware of what's out there, but not who is doing it.
The air monitors used are small in size, no larger than a toaster or a small vacuum. Well, it's time for another check of weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canelti returns with your first one forecast.
Well, it's February 1st. It doesn't feel that way, and it feels more like the middle of March, and temperatures will get even milder as we head into next week. That's the bottom line here. First, let's take a look at a couple of viewer photos. This one from David DeMoss Sr. in Janesville. Some of the ground starting to show up there. The snow continues to melt, and here's another picture. This is one from Linda Watson in Madison. Again, starting to see that snow cover gradually melt as we saw a pretty nice sunrise from Linda's picture. You can send us your viewer pictures right through our First Warn Weather and Traffic app, or you can email them to us at firstwarn@wisctv.com. Make sure you turn your camera sideways and take the picture horizontally so it'll fill up the screen for us, and let us know where you're at so we can give people your location as well as your name. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Not quite as mild for tomorrow, so we go from 44 today to 37 tomorrow. Big deal. Average high temperature is about 28. And then very mild this weekend. Highs will be in the middle 40s, and that will last into next week. Also dry through Wednesday with the next chance of rain toward the end of next week. As our snow cover continues to shrink across southern Wisconsin, western parts of the state now snow-free, as well as much of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. And a lot of that snow is going to be gone over the next couple of days, especially if you see temperatures like this. 57 for the high in Waterloo, Iowa. 58 Iowa City and 58 in Des Moines. Madison hit 44, but La Crosse is back in the 50s. 50s today after setting a record high yesterday. And our high temperature trend over the next 10 days, upper 30s tomorrow, then mid to upper 40s. And looking at some of the latest computer model information, these temperatures could be in the lower 50s for Thursday and Friday, or actually from Wednesday through Friday, and that could be flirting with record high temperatures if that is the case. The main storm track down to the south, keeping the precipitation away from us. Upper level winds, you can see the jet stream pushing to the north into Canada. As that moves eastward, we're going to see our temperatures rise as well. There's a weak cold front that came through. That's dropped our temperatures at night a little bit, but those winds out of the south of the front, as they move back in, we'll see those temperatures warm up just as quickly by Saturday. Planning your day on Friday, look for variably cloudy skies, clouds, and then some sunshine, especially in the afternoon. Temperatures start out in the upper 20s. We're in the mid 30s by lunchtime. Look for afternoon high temperatures in the upper 30s, but areas out west where there's not as much snow cover, probably seeing high temperatures in the lower 40s, like in Boscobel. Look for a low of 29 tonight with variably cloudy skies. And then for tomorrow, not quite as mild, but a high temperature here in Madison, still at 37 degrees. And as we look at planning your day for Dane County, high temperature 38 in Mount Vernon, 37 in DeForest, 37 in Marshall. Rest of southern Wisconsin, La Crosse 40, Prairie du Chien 40, and to the east Fond du Lac 38 and 37 in Watertown. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast, mid 40s for the weekend into the early part of next week. No rain through Wednesday. Next chance of showers Thursday afternoon into Friday. Again, we've got highs in the upper 40s. That could even be warmer. And then a little cooler for next weekend, but those temperatures are still about 10 degrees above average.
And coming up in sports, it was deja vu all over again in Lincoln. How Wisconsin blew another big lead to Nebraska. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after rebate. Complete your projects with this flexible putty knife. Free after rebate. This kitchen faucet is only $39.99. Plus, a bottle of wood glue is $2.99. Get to work with this LED shop light. Only $5.99. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry before time runs out. Sign up for Menards emails to get more hot deals. Plus, the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesignandlandscape.com.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, February 2nd through the 4th. Great RV show pricing just up the road. Highway 51, Poinet.
Join the digital sales team at Phase 3 Digital and step into something big. We're not just hiring, we're building careers. If you're passionate about the digital world, apply today at channel3000.com and be part of something big.
Attention Wisconsin residents. If you're looking for individual or family dental coverage and want a dental plan that fits your needs, Momentum Insurance can help. We are a locally owned Madison-based insurance company and a trusted provider of all dental insurance needs with friendly, helpful customer service and high value in coverage and cost. To learn more or enroll, visit our website, MomentumPlans.com. That's MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Plans, dental insurance you can smile about.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
The last time Wisconsin went to Nebraska, they blew a 17-point lead and lost by 10 in overtime. This time, they're heading to Lincoln as the 6th-ranked team in the country. It can't happen again, right? Well, early on, it looked good. Chucky Hepburn back in his home state and making plays. He turns defense into offense. The Badgers jumped out to a 19-point lead. Then the second half came, and the Huskers roared back to take a 2-point lead with under 30 seconds to go. A.J. Storr to the cup for 2. That ties it, and we are on to overtime. But in OT, Wisconsin couldn't do anything, and Nebraska could. They were outscored 13-5 and lose again in Lincoln. 80-72 is your final. Wisconsin women with the tall task of slowing down Ohio State in Columbus. Badgers got off to a great start. Sarah Williams working hard down low for the hoop and the harm. She finished with another double-double, 16 points and 11 boards. Wisconsin led by 1 after 1. But that lead didn't last. Ohio State used a 39-point third quarter to pull away. Badgers fall 87-49. Pitchers and catchers report to spring training on February 15th, and Corbin Burns will not be heading to Arizona with the Brewers. The franchise traded their right-hander ace to the Orioles for a handful of players, including DL Hall and Joey Ortiz. Over the last 3 seasons, Burns has been one of the best pitchers in baseball, striking out 677 batters while winning 33 games for the Brew Crew. Wisconsin women's hockey has entered the gauntlet part of their schedule with 3 of their final 4 series against top 10 teams. The good news, those 3 are at home starting this weekend with St. Cloud State. The Huskers are known for being tough to score on. Their goalies are always sound, and they like to pack it in. But the Badgers average 5 goals per game and aren't thinking about how it might be tough to light the lamp.
They're a very defensively sound team. They pack in front of the net a lot, block a ton of shots. So it's just about getting those pucks through. And it's not really something I think about going into a game. Like, I'm not thinking like, oh, like we're going to have trouble scoring.
They've had a good season. They're a top 10 team. And so, as I told you guys a couple weeks ago, we have no easy ones left.
Brian Gutekunst has a couple of big items to check off his off-season checklist. Get Jordan Love a long-term deal, figure out the plan and future of David Bakhtiari, and make sure Aaron Jones is in Green Bay next season. The latter feels like a priority for the Packers GM. Jones is entering his final year of his contract and is getting up there in age for an NFL running back. But what he does for the offense when he's healthy, it feels like a no-brainer to keep him.
Absolutely. I think we'd love to have Aaron back. We're still kind of putting all those things together as far as how we're going to move forward. But, I mean, he was such a difference maker when he was out there this year. Not only on the field, but just he's such an influential leader in our locker room. And he's just really kind of the heartbeat of our team. So we're certainly, that's kind of the anticipation, is that he'll be back.
And we're back after this.
The monsters of destruction are coming, and coming with a vengeance. Redneck Rampage, Against the Grain, War Wizard, Double Trouble, and The Veteran are ready to put on one heck of a show. Plus, Freestyle Motocross is back. X-Games rider Willie Elam and friends with action you don't want to miss. Day and night shows ready to blow your mind. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride in a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center February 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Now get a new F-150 with 1.9% APR financing for 72 months. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. That's right, only $15 a month per line. It's our best price on unlimited mobile. Switch now and save over $1,400 for the first year with Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Call 855-204-1678 or visit a Spectrum store near you. With Spectrum Mobile, you get a fast, reliable 5G network that millions of customers rely on. And you get the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited data to stream all day and the freedom to text and talk all you want. Plus, nationwide 5G at no additional cost. All this for $15 a line with no added taxes or hidden fees. Start saving over $1,400 on your mobile bill now. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Call 855-204-1678 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Ready to transform your skin in one simple step? Introducing Paula's Choice Mandelic and Lactic Acid AHA Liquid Exfoliant. 100% soft smoother, softer, brighter skin. Resurface texture and tone and promote healthy cell turnover without irritation. The next level of exfoliation is here. Available at Paula's Choice and Sephora.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
So it's a child's dream, but a parent's nightmare. Australian police rescued a toddler who crawled into a toy claw machine game and got stuck. Queensland police officers had to come up with a way to retrieve him. Police asked the boy to move back to the corner of the machine, cover his eyes, and then they broke the glass and got the boy out into the arms of his family. And of course, he was able to take home any toy.
Why don't they just make them with a little key that you can just open the glass?
They have a little door at this point.
I know. I tried to get in it once. That's too big. That's too big for it. Gary, it's Groundhog Day tomorrow, and you're taking the day off. We can't even talk to you about your nemesis.
Are you hanging out with Jim?
Yeah, I am.
Jim the Groundhog.
Look for me there.
They're close friends.
No fog out there tonight. There's a live view of the Edgewater Skycam. I think we're going back and forth as whether Jimmy will see his shadow right now. Really no fog out there, and temperatures are right around freezing.
He's scientifically proven.
That's correct. They say 84%.
Well, thanks for joining us, folks.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.